And it's time for us to talk DIY. Now today on the DIY segment, we're going to be talking about sustainable art. Now, how do we manage plastic waste through art? Is it possible? Well, let's figure it out. Here we have today on the set joining me, David Ankama, who is the founder of Earth Exhibit. And then we also have Richmond Banson, co-founder of Earth Exhibit. Now, they're both in the studio here. Young guys doing amazing things. I'm going to find out what even got this whole thing started. What's the passion about? And how it is that they do what it is that they do. Hi guys, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to Breakfast Daily. How are you doing?
We are fine.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, first of all, what is it that got you into the art space in the first thing? Have you always loved art? What is it? Any of you can start.
Yes, I've always loved art, but why not art? Art is beautiful. Ghana is a beautiful country. We are all beautiful people, so then I think art is like the best way and the best thing we could have started with to catch the attention of people in the world and in Ghana. So yes, art is the reason.
Super. Now, tying art to waste, where's that coming from?
Okay, Plastic is, I'm sure you know, Ghana is very polluted, but Ghana is a very beautiful country. I love my country and it's very polluted. So we're talking about how we could change, how we could move plastic, how we could solve plastic pollution.
Yes.
And what we could do to change the narrative, get people interested in knowing that plastic pollution is actually bad and it's not just about breaking a sachet and throwing it out, that it actually has an effect in the future. And that's what we're looking at. And it's a liability.
Yeah.
It's a liability, so yes.
Yeah, and you know, plastics, like you said, can be an asset or a liability depending on how you use it. And as an accountant and somebody who is passionate about economics, you know, an asset is basically something that practically something that is able to generate some sort of revenue for you. And so, for example, if you have a car and you convert it to an Uber, then that Uber car becomes a revenue or an asset for you, right? Yeah. And in this same context, if you have plastics and you're able to reuse them, then they become a revenue for you in a way. And so what we are trying to do is to let people know that, you know, there's so much value in what we have, the plastics, and that we don't really need to pollute the environment with what we have, something that's valuable.
Yeah, I see. So I know that you've done a lot of, you have exhibitions, you've done a lot of art pieces, but this one that we're looking at here on the set, talk to us about this.
Okay, so this piece is called Shards.
Shards.
Shards is almost like broken glass.
Yes.
Or broken mirror.
Yes.
So this piece is supposed to reflect our brokenness and our beauty in our brokenness.
Okay.
We are diverse. Africa is the only continent with black people with different colors, with different skills. White people are white. Yeah. But they are just white. Yeah. Black people are black, but we have white,
different
blacks,
shades,
dark blacks. There are so many beautiful melanized people we can meet. So this is what this piece is. It is all of us in our reflections, our beauty, our color. But in our brokenness, we are still unique and beautiful. So that's what this piece represents.
So the theme for this is basically that we are unique and there's beauty even in our brokenness.
And so what are some of the other things you've done? What are some of the other art pieces that you've done using plastic waste, using waste and all that?
Okay, so we also have a piece called...
You talk to us through some of the images we are seeing on the screen.
Yes. So this particular piece was made out of bottle tops.
Okay.
And that's the map of Ghana. So it's oil on canvas and bottle tops. So
okay. Oh wow.
Yes, please.
Okay. So bottle tops. What kind of bottle tops are those? Is it like the Kufuor gallon type?
No, well, we could use that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these are what?
Regular,
like soda bottles.
Soda bottles.
Okay.
Water bottles.
Water bottles. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Please.
Wow. I see.
And in addition to this, we also partnered with Christian Care Concept, and they made some other pieces like the rubber bag.
Okay.
From plastics. I don't know if they're able to show this, but also a gown made from plastic.
Wedding gown made
and
from plastic.
A wedding gown made from plastic.
Yes,
and then earrings and a whole lot, raincoats and a whole lot.
Okay, interesting.
So this piece was a collage of plastic polluted areas around the world. I think this particular one shows of globally. The one below shows of those particularly in Ghana. Before we did our exhibition in 2019, we did a run around the country and taking pictures, videos of places that are polluted just to see and have an actual indulging in plastic polluted areas. So we added that to this.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's the plastic one again.
Yes, please.
Okay, so what's
This particular thing is a trash can.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be a bin made out of, as you can see, bitter malt bottles.
Yeah.
So this particular bin were made by kids 15 and below.
Okay.
Yes, please. They were made by 15-year-old kids and below.
I see.
The frame for the bin was welded, and then they managed to sew in the bottles.
So it's sewn. The bottles are sewn in.
Yes, with rope.
Okay.
So tied to the welded metal.
Nice.
Yes,
nice,
please.
nice.
So this can be used.
But okay, so that is the framework of the bin.
Yeah.
And so you put your plastic bag inside and then you used to collect
Yes.
the rubbish. And okay.
It was used in the Nima community.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
And
This
so,
sorry.
And so what we do now, for now, we want to involve kids in our project, because we believe that if you want to effect change in the community, you should start from the foundation and from the younger generation. Because if you're able to, let them accept the new norm or the narrative, then we can really solve the plastic pollution that we face in the country.
Yeah. Okay. Now, looking at this one that is on the screen, what are we looking at?
So this was supposed to depict a regular gutter in Ghana.
Oh, I see.
So when it's very unlikely for you to walk in Ghana and see a gutter that is purely clean or empty and doesn't have a single sachet in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this piece...
a collection of different things.
Yes, please.
And why should this show up in our gutters? This should be in our bins, not in our gutters.
And the irony of it is that, this is something valuable and they are in our gutters. There's something we can generate so many things from. For example, art pieces like what we are doing, and money actually from. But they end up in our gutters, and that is so wrong.
What's
so that was
the
the concept
you're looking at?
So that's a collection of a lot of plastic bags.
Okay.
A lot of sachets. Biscuit wrappers, bottles.
Oh, wow. It's a mix of all different kinds of plastic.
It's a mix of everything.
Okay.
And it's there and it's sprayed in the countries of our colors of our country, because if we don't take care of our country, we might not be here when Ghana is covered in trash, but it's a possibility. So it's a fictional.
It's a fictional depiction of what could happen to Ghana. Yeah. So what have you mounted it on? I'm just curious about that. What's it mounted? The Ghana one, the plastics. What's it mounted on?
It was mounted on wood.
Okay.
Wood.
Okay. So just glued it onto the wood.
Yes, glued it onto the wood.
Okay.
We used I can't remember the specific glue we used, but it was very strong so that it doesn't fall.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What we are creating for we are planning organizing an exhibition this year in November.
Okay.
And what we are planning is the pieces we are planning are pieces that can be used in homes, where people can actually use when they walk past it. It's not just, oh, I bought this. This is actually trash. But looking at this piece, for instance, I would love to hang it in my house.
Yeah. This is beautiful.
So those are the pieces we are trying to look out for this coming year. Yes.
Usable pieces. People can actually use them in their homes.
The previous year, we're trying to educate more. And that's what we did. We actually engaged some kids in the Hacho community on plastic pollution. We had the opportunity through Global Revival Ministry, Reverend Mrs. Ampia Kofi. She was the one who gave us the opportunity to teach the kids in the Hacho community on plastic pollution. That was very successful as well, by the grace of God.
Wow. So you did education last year. Your focus this year is to make pieces that people can actually use in their homes.
Yes.
Yeah, and still, focused on the education, because in the end, we are trying to let people understand what we are doing and why we are doing what we are doing.
Yeah.
So in addition to it, that's what we've added to this year, that we make art pieces that can be used in homes and offices.
So let's talk about the bigger problem across, the country. I mean, what are your thoughts when you travel the length and breadth of Ghana, looking at the challenge that we have? I mean, I like what you're doing. It's very innovative. Are people buying into it? Is this something that looks like can grow, can be scaled up, so that a lot of people can pick up the trash and say, listen, I can also do this, I can also get into this. Let's get the trash off our streets.
Yeah, this is exactly what we thought in our first exhibition. And we were marveled by the number of people that came and their support and how we were able to convince people or to change people's mindset.
Yeah.
And so I think that is why we are still doing it again, because
Yes.
we believe that we can still do it. We can do it even bigger, and that's why we are doing it this year again.
We are also not the only people trying to solve the plastic pollution problem. There are a lot of great guys out there doing.
Because I know there's a guy in Nima. He's been here before.
Okay.
Who is doing the dustbins
Okay.
and that as well in Nima. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's an amazing thing that you guys are doing. So long-term plans. What do you see in terms of this venture that you're on?
Okay, so immediately after this exhibition, we are embarking on a project to provide. Unfortunately, I can't disclose that, but we are trying to provide certain things for unfacilitated schools or schools that do not have the privilege of furniture, tables for their education. We are trying to come up with something that can support kids and schools like that, not just in Accra, hopefully not in Accra, but in other rural areas and rural communities. And in the future, we intend on definitely having a recycling center that we can contribute more. If we are able to help generate electricity from plastic, oil from plastic, there's a lot that Ghana and the world can be involved in. And I think that that's what our future holds for us.
Yeah.
So
we
are
want to
patient.
involve kids more, like I said earlier, because they are the younger generation and they can effect enough change in the plastic pollution. And so, yeah, that's basically it.
So you call yourselves Earth Exhibit.
Yes, please.
Why the name? I'm fascinated by it. I wish I came up with the name. Why the name Earth Exhibit?
So the Earth, I mean, I love Ghana. The world is very beautiful. God is an amazing guy. He's done so much. When I see the things that God's created, when I look at myself, I'm like, God, you did a good job.
Yeah, I know. I know, right?
You did a good job. So that's one. And Earth, because in the middle of Earth, there's art. So that's one thing. God is a crazy artist. So
I like that.
in our logo as well, we have that.
Art.
Exactly.
H.
Yes.
I like
That was initially the name.
Okay.
But people don't pronounce it the way we would love. So
Because
Earth
we
is
have to
better.
explain to you before you understand it. Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah, so Earth.
Nice.
And
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys for coming through.